There is no doubt in saying that Darth Vader is by far one of the most popular characters in the Star Wars franchise, and of course in pop culture throughout entire history. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie had a very tough production. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, Bob Iger, Mary Ann Brandon, and everyone else involved with the film talked about this, of how basically The Rise of Skywalker had a very tight schedule, and they went through a lot of reshoots, a lot of rewrites for this movie, a lot of scenes were deleted, a lot of concepts were abandoned, a lot of the actors that were on board for the initial cut of the movie, some of them of which were changed. And when we look at The Rise of Skywalker, I think that's one of the main reasons as to why we look at this movie, and you can see that there are parts that are very convoluted or rushed at times. Now, the initial cut of this film was around 4 hours and 20-something minutes long in length, which really is quite impressive. That really is quite something if you think about it. Whenever we think about the character of Darth Vader, though, this is something that really is the core of Star Wars, and his presence was still here in The Rise of Skywalker to a certain extent, but nowhere near at the level of what J.J. Abrams originally wanted to do, and how J.J. was also heavily inspired by what Colin Trevorrow was going to do in his script called Star Wars Duel of the Fates. Now, what's really intriguing about all of this is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the sequel trilogy, they are moving on to their new Star Wars trilogy, also known as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that one of the big plans from Disney and Lucasfilm during production for The Rise of Skywalker was that they went through many adjustments and changes for the film, where it's explained and noted that J.J. Abrams had many scenes that were inspired by Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates script, and that some of the scenes inspired by his script were partially filmed before the first phase of reshoots back in late 2018, when Kathleen Kennedy wanted to get rid of all the Colin Trevorrow-inspired scenes to lower the risk of the film doing poorly. Now, one of the scenes that were deleted involved Kylo Ren fighting a vision of Darth Vader below his castle on Mustafar in a strange Sith temple. It's noted that Kylo in JJ's version would confront the Vader vision without his helmet on and would engage in a fast lightsaber duel against his grandfather. Now, it's said that the vision would be the complete opposite of how Luke goes up against Vader, where in this sequence it's Kylo Ren who is defeated by his own grandfather by force pushing him down on the ground, where Vader would throw the saber at Kylo Ren's body. As the saber nears Kylo Ren, he would close his eyes getting ready for death, only to open his eyes to see that Vader is gone with just fog floating in his place, with the Darth Vader breathing heard in the distance as it comes to an end. The scene was like it was taken straight out of a horror film, and that Kathleen Kennedy felt the scene didn't make much sense to the story, and decided to have it cut before the visual effects were completely finished. So, the thing about this that sounds so special is that this would have been a moment that Kylo Ren was able to meet his grandfather, right? The legendary Darth Vader. Now, the thing about this that really seems like it really would have been the highlight of the Skywalker saga entirely is that not only is it near similar to what Luke Skywalker goes through in the Dagobah cave, but it's the complete opposite. So essentially what J.J. Abrams was trying to do was he was trying to flip things around, and he was very much inspired by what Colin Trevorrow wanted to do for his version of Duel of the Fates. Now, the thing about this that really stands out to me as well is the fact that Kylo Ren is defeated by his own grandfather in this vision, and that Darth Vader throws the saber at him. Kylo Ren is ready for death. He closes his eyes in fear, and then out of nowhere, the Darth Vader vision is just gone. So that's the thing here. It seems like that this was a lesson for Kylo Ren, that he is not ready, that he is not fully embraced with the dark side of the Force per se, because he was not able to confront this vision properly and defeat it. This was all said to take place underneath the world of Mustafar, underneath the actual fortress of Darth Vader, the actual castle, if you will. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but underneath the castle lies a Sith temple / cave, where there's a lot of secrets in there, a lot of interesting things that you could really learn about in the canon lore and brand new lore to come in just a couple of months from now, where we're going to learn more about Darth Vader and his backstory. So, like I say, I mean, when you think about everything of what could have been with The Rise of Skywalker, given that this movie was 4 hours and 20-something minutes long in length, it's very unfortunate we did not get to see this on the big screen, and it's also very unfortunate that Kathleen Kennedy was the leading cause of this scene not making it to the actual movie. Now, granted, yes, I understand that this is a direct copy of what happens in The Empire Strikes Back, and yes, I also understand that they already kind of did this in The Last Jedi with Rey going into the Mirror Cave, and also with Rey confronting her darker self, Dark Rey, in the depths of the second Death Star wreckage. But given the fact that Kylo Ren never really went through a legitimate test to this degree, right? Since he is also a Skywalker, this would have been perfect. I think it really would have made a lot of sense, and I think a lot of fans would have really respected this. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.